What's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I don't have a lot of time to waste, but I still want to put this camera on while I sort through stuff that needs to be sorted through in this house. I got towels. I don't know if I can store stuff anywhere. My boy T's talking about he wants to take my art, but I have to get a U-Haul van to try to bring it to him because he doesn't have his license, so he can't drive. I haven't driven in a year, so I don't. Whoa. Where you at? I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. I'm trying to keep a lighthearted mindset, but I'm not really coming up with a whole lot of solutions. It's just one of the worst days of my life, man. What can I say? But I think I'm handling it with grace and throwing stuff away. That's what it is. I'm throwing stuff away. I just threw away my little what do you call that thing? Drawer casing. That thing has been in my possession for a long time. Yeah, I don't even remember buying that, honestly. That's how long I've had it. So I tossed that into the dumpster. And I'm just praising God, walking around this house, trying to get some kind of direction. I've been talking to my sister, talking to my boy T, and I just, I'm ready to part ways with whatever I have to part ways with, just like I told you guys a month ago. It just is what it is. If I ain't got no choice, I'm going to live with that. But if I do have a choice, I'll try to take what I can. But it's just not looking very good. Like towels and stuff like that, I don't know. Clothes, I'm definitely taking clothes with me. And I got suitcases with clothes in it. But like pillowcases and pots and pans, that stuff is not coming with me. Crock pot, I should bring my crock pot because I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with. But, these are the type of things. It's like, when you don't have any time to organize and you don't have the resources, don't have a vehicle, don't have this, don't have that, and the courts just throw you on your backside, this is what happens to people. If nothing else, you get to see it firsthand with somebody that you guys know. This is happening to me. And granted, I did things, but those things were done because of the mental illness, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think anybody wants to hear that as an excuse anymore, but it is what it is, man. That's what I got. I couldn't bring myself to do what I need to do, and now I'm getting kicked out. And so that's just what it is. I'm at peace with what it is that I can control, but I'm frustrated with what it is that I can't control. I want to bring my weights with me. I can't bring them weights. You know what I mean? I just bought my table. Table's probably going to stay. So it's just like, I just wish the Lord would come down from a cloud and just tell me, okay, this is exactly what I want you to do. This is how I want you to approach the situation. This is where you're going to go. This is what I want you to handle. And when you get there, this is how you're going to feel because I got you. I wish he would kind of give me a little more of that right now. I'm not getting anything right now. Maybe that's the purpose. Maybe it's for me to figure it out. So I'm going to tell you this. I trust that anything that the Lord wants me to do, I'm going to be able to accomplish in this situation. I don't think this is an accident. I don't think I'm off path. I don't think that this is something that's supposed to make me weaker or break me down or show me, funnel me toward the enemy or anything like that. I just feel like this is an opportunity for the weakness within to fight its way through it. And if you lose everything, you get it back. I've heard of so many people lose everything and replace it all, get it back. It ain't overnight, but slowly but surely, everything can be repurchased, debt can be paid off, credit can be built, and that's ultimately where I'm at. I hate that I'm 39 years old going through this. It's really not the way, but at any moment things can get better because of all the things that I do for a living. Well, for leisure, can make a living rather. So PlayStation 4, throw that stuff away. I don't care about that. But my art supplies, I'm obviously going to want to keep my art supplies, but it's not like they can't be replaced either. So that's just what it is. None of this stuff is crazy, important. Honestly, not really. Most of what I have is not crazy important to me. Most of what I have I was tolerating because I just didn't want to replace it. I didn't want to spend the money to replace it, selling shares and stuff. But now that we're here, it's like, well, if I have to let go of some of this stuff, how much do I really love? My bed, like I told you, my bed I love to death, but I just think that's going to be too big to move and all of that stuff. I'm going to part ways with it, and that's just it. But you best believe I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it, and if an opportunity comes up for me to keep it, I'm going to keep it, but it doesn't feel like I'll be able to. And that's hurtful, because that bed is so comfortable, I swear to God. And it's two of them. One of them was one that my mother bought, and one of them was one she bought for me. Twins. And so they're custom for my body. It's really hurtful. I have to let that go. That's probably the one thing besides my space to myself that I was never really ready to sacrifice. But I'm pretty sure there are better beds out there now. You know what I mean? I bought that thing 12 years ago, so there's probably something even greater for me to sleep on and appreciate someday. So stacking them two on top of each other, I'm gonna miss that to death, man. I've been loving sleeping like that all this time, but that's likely not gonna be what I end up doing. I'm not gonna buy myself two beds to do that. So it's just the old is out, man. Out with the old, in with the new. Environment change, everything changed, but myself. My attitude is going to definitely be more appreciative and more intent on doing more to help myself. But how do I initiate that, man? If I would have initiated that sooner, obviously I'd be out of this hole that I find myself in. So yeah, I just wanted to connect with you guys and just tell you that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, as you probably would guess. But I keep a good attitude, because at the end of the day, I have a good God that loves me to death, and he's already proven that. As I've said so many times, man, you can't take hard times and then ignore all the good stuff he's done for you. You can't take the brunt of a bad era on the chin and then not consider all of the good times that he saved you from those times. All them times he got you out of that stuff. All them times when he gave you good moments in time. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a lot of appreciation to be had, and it's a lot of strength to be gained from what it is that he wants me to do. And whether I like it or not, he's already told me what comes of this. True, genuine love, a backbone, and a spine from which to have a stronger backbone. And those were the pointers. That's what the Spirit gave me in regards to what it is I'm going through. So I'm looking forward to the strength. I'm looking forward to the experience. I'm looking forward to the journey. I'm looking forward to new environments, whether I love them or not. I'm looking forward to being around people, forcing myself to be more communicative. Maybe sit down and actually have a dinner with somebody if I have to live with people. Get back behind the wheel and start feeling like an adult again. You know what I mean? It was necessary. You know what I mean? It's just, at the end of the day, when you're living wrong, you got to get some type of straightening going on in your life. So what I would love to do is run around here and continue talking on here, because it makes me feel a lot better, man. It really does. But there's nothing to supplement. There's no supplementing this problem. You have to address it right now, or you wait for the sheriffs to come and he'll address it when he gets here and pull you up out of here. So what I'm trying to do is to make that process as easy as possible, because I do believe some of this stuff I can carry out the door, maybe onto a plane or onto a bus or whatever I have to do for myself. Maybe I could rent a car and I'll get behind the wheel then. There's no plan yet. Don't really know what to do, but I'm hoping some of my friends and my family can kind of brainstorm with me so that I can have some idea of what to do for myself here. So yeah, man. Prayers for everybody. Like I said, we're going to pray for everybody. We're not going to just pray for me, because if you just pray for me, it's only going to land on me. I need those prayers to hit others. I need those prayers to hit all the people who are watching me right now. So please pray for everybody, man, and know that your boy BDF is not quitting. I was thinking about, like, do I feel like quitting right now? Do I feel like relieving myself of all this? I think if I didn't have any family, I think that would be more likely to think that. If my family decides they don't want to help me and I'm out on the street for real, then that's probably something I have to find out if I'm strong enough to deal with. But as long as they're continuing to express to me that they want to help, then I still feel like I have a leg to stand on. But I just want to send love to the people who don't, man. I want to send love to the people who don't. And maybe I'm one of them. Maybe I find out I am. But I just want you guys to know that somebody's rooting for you, man. When they're going, it's not just about going through what you're going through and then suffering the ills of hating your life because you're going through that. No, you just get a stronger appreciation of what the Lord can do, what he can do, if you just keep your faith during these difficult times. And I tell people, I'm not losing my faith. I may be losing my mind. I may be losing my stomach. I may not be able to eat much because of the stress that I'm going through, but I'm not telling you anything other than God is the way through this circumstance. He is. Christ is the way through this circumstance. Your religion, your faith, and your belief in a higher power is your way through your circumstance. And most importantly, it's the way you can help heal others through theirs. So don't lose sight of that, because my failures have come to roost. This is what happens when you do things the wrong way. You fail. And sometimes when you fail, you don't have all of what you need on time. That's the point of taking care of business, so that you don't find yourself in that position. That wisdom's in my heart. What's not in my heart is to overcome the weaknesses and the anxieties and the embedded feelings of what it takes to get those things done for me. And so that's why I'm so struck by this circumstance. It's because it's not that I didn't know what needed to be done. It's just that I could not bring myself to ever do it, along with other things that would have helped with solutions. So there was never any other chance. But just the same, I got this far. If they would have did this to me 2 months ago, I wouldn't have had no pending SSI. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to have had a good birthday. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to have done the various different things that I've done since that really genuinely made me feel good about saying goodbye to this particular apartment. The last playlist I did in this place, sitting here listening to it, every song sound good. It was one of the best moments I ever had. So I'm getting an opportunity to say goodbye to this place, even though it's coming quickly. And to be honest with you, I'm ready to organically be able to let go. When it's time to walk out of this place, whether I get to take things with me or let them go, I'm looking forward to the strength, the unmitigated gall to just be able to let the Lord say, yo, I don't know how you're going to take care of what you have your issues, your skin issues. You have to do laundry at other people's house. I don't know how you're going to handle all that, but that you will get through it is a promise, B. And that's what I feel in my heart right now. You're going to not only get through it, but your belief in God through these difficulties will inspire somebody to believe in God when they go through the hardest crap they're going through. And so that's what this is about, man. I'm going through the hardest crap since my mother passed away. Well, yeah, I guess so. This is similar to the last time I went through this. Oops. And what I'm telling you is the Lord is just inspiring me to continue to speak to y'all. Let me just sit down, because it's exactly what it is. He's not inspiring me to do too much moving right now, which I know I need to do based on the clock that the world has for me, but that the Lord wants me to just have a seat right now, or maybe it's just me. I ain't going to put that off on God. But I just get the feeling that the Spirit wants to sit down and just talk to y'all, Not on no weak stuff. Not on, oh my God, not like I was doing, but like, this is what it's about, y'all. If you're ever going to get anywhere in life, you got to be able to walk away from certain things that are not easy to let go of. Face certain fears that you don't want to face. Believe in some higher power, even though you don't see the favor in your life at that moment. It's about taking the steps necessary. Even though you don't feel like you have it in you, you can do it. Same thing with this driving the van thing. I don't want to go get me a van right now. I don't. I just came from a U-Haul plot. It's hot out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that I'm going to get that van. But what I can say is whatever the Lord wants me to do, I ask that he gives me the strength to do it so that I can respond in a way that I respect and then respond in a way that others respect as well. And that the Lord knows what's next is what's most comforting to me. That he knows what's next. When you get to a point where you start wondering why your anxieties are so strong, it's because you're leaning on the understanding that no one knows what's next. That you have to be on top of it in order for it to work out. And you don't have to be on top of it for it to work out. What you do have to do, though, is just keep that relationship with the Most High and be willing to move when he tells you to move, and be willing to face fears when he tells you that you're going to be fine when you do. And so that's what it is. I don't know that he's inspiring me to go get a U-Haul to save my art like that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's the one thing that needs to be kept. Maybe the artwork can just kind of go. Even though I don't believe that it should be. It should definitely be kept. It should be honored. But I don't honestly feel I have the time to prioritize it in this moment. And maybe that's backwards because I'm prioritizing talking to y'all when I'm not moving as much, but I don't really know what to say other than I'm doing the best I can to inspire if I can and to give hope if I can. But there is uncertainty in my situation and I really don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I really don't know. But I just feel like the Holy Spirit can do so much with my voice. I don't know. Maybe this is the video. Maybe this is the one that you see, whoever you are, that can say, you know what? yeah, that's somebody I want to invest in. Maybe this is the video that changes your life or something. Like, who am I to say that because the deadline looks a certain way that I can't do what it is that the Lord puts in my heart to do, that I got to go against the energy of what it is he's telling me, which is to just give it a few moments, give it a few moments. Just a few moments to let the people know that you still believe in me, even through the difficulties. To let me know, God said. Let yourself know that you still believe in me, And that favor that you've been given wasn't something that was thrown away by the circumstances I'm in. It wasn't, God. It wasn't. You didn't throw away no favor with me. I appreciate every bit of the favor that you give me. Every time you got me out of these type of situations, every time you got me what I was asking for. I remember praying for a car, a certain specific type of car. He gave it to me. I remember praying for this apartment. Didn't know where I was going to be just like now, and he found this thing. I don't want to close the door to no blessings. I don't want to close the door to no blessings. But it seems to me that my natural inclination is to possibly do that. And so I just want to let people know that I have no interest in doing that this go around. I want to open the door for things that he wants me to do, and I want to be strong enough to walk through. And I'm still stuck in certain parts of my consciousness that says, yeah, but not that. Yeah, but not that. And I would love to get help for that, man. I so badly want to be able to overcome that. Real bad, man. Real bad. So I just have an understanding. Keep them moving, by the way. I got other stuff put over here. But I just have an understanding that you never know. You just never know. For all I know, the Lord probably he can do anything. I don't want to put things out there to give myself false hope or some stupidity that ultimately keep me in a weakened space for which I need to man up out of, which I think this is going to do. But even more so, it's an understanding that God is in real life control. He's in real life control is what I'm trying to say. He's in real control of the circumstance. You don't ever have to really wonder if he's on top of things. Even this morning when I was saying all that, I knew that the wisdom that I was trying to embark upon the Lord, he had put in me to put into the camera. It wasn't like I was independent of the wisdom he gave me. You know what I mean? It wasn't my thought saying, Lord, let me teach you something. No. This is let me funnel through you, Brandon, what it is that I want you to say to others. That's what I took from what it was that I was giving you guys this morning when I was holding God accountable. Just asking him to win the war, win the war against good and evil. And I didn't know at the time how heavy my spirit was. I didn't really know that I would be getting these type of news today. But it was just heavy this morning. You could tell it was heavy. And then I want to send prayers out. My homegirl Kay, same Kay, she lost another friend, man. Another one of her good homeboys. Rest in peace to Charlie. I want to send good energy to Charlie and his family. I don't know his last name. I wasn't able to pronounce it. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. But, he passed away on my birthday, August 18th. And he was 2 years younger than me. And so, I just want to send healing energy to his family. Because as much as I'm going through right now, I'm not nearly going through as much as others in certain situations. And maybe somebody else is dreading their situation and they ain't going through nearly as much as me. So it's just like, let's just give God the glory regardless, man. Your problems ain't no better than mine. My problems ain't no worse than yours. In the grand scheme of things, when we all can just lean on the Lord for an understanding on how to be successful in fixing these issues, or how to live with them not being successful, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna live with it. That's an underrated thing too. If I gotta live without stuff, let me live without it. Let me thrive under the understanding that I don't need some of this stuff. Maybe I don't need to replace some of this stuff. Some of this stuff I just don't need. So many towels, man. You know how many towels I got? Towels on towels and towels. I'm only one body. Like, there's a lot of towels and there's more. Like, I don't want to throw it in a dumpster per se, but I don't need none of that stuff. Not really. Yes, do I need towels? And of course I need towels in my house. But as it pertains, what doesn't? Nah, the towels don't need to come. Jackets like this big old jacket. I would love to keep my Tupac jacket. I've had that thing. I wore that one time I went to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That thing is massive. You have no idea how big this damn jacket is. Thick, warm. But am I really tossing that thing in a suitcase? And when am I wearing it if I'm staying in California? If I'm not staying in California, it's likely I'm gonna want it. But it's like, how can I keep something like that? You know, I only got 24 hours to leave with no car. And so that's what it is. It's like I'm telling myself I don't want to drive a U-Haul. I don't want to get a U-Haul. I don't want to get storage. And it's like that means you're gonna leave everything, bro. You're gonna leave most of this. So I'm just asking the Lord to give me some type of miracle, man. Maybe even the squeeze tomorrow, honestly. Maybe even the squeeze tomorrow or on the 31st, because that ultimately would really, really, really save me from my situation. What can I say? That would be the one Hail Mary miracle that I needed. Just like I needed the mayor to just basically tell us we could stay in the house for the month of August, even though it didn't necessarily play out well for me. Still gave me an extra month to get my mental health stuff in order, which I think could trickle down to being something very good for me. You know, given these circumstances, given the fact that all of this is as it is, at least I have a path to SSI. So, you know, that's what I'm most thankful for, that he allowed me some time to at least take care of some stuff that I could control, that I did control. Man, I'm proud of myself for handling those things because it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. So, man, I tell you, man, my stomach is starting to act up as far as like, just I don't know what to say. It's not hungry. I only ate an apple this morning. That's it. I ate an apple, man. It is what, 5 something? 4:25 in the afternoon. I had an apple. That's it. So I just want to get my head together so that I can have a way to manage what all is on my plate. But God is sufficient. And I know I'm talented, so there's a way to get out of the circumstance if I can just promote myself in various different ways. But, you know, at the end of the day, I am a guy who's very thankful to have this night to lay in my bed, and tomorrow night, potentially, to lay in my bed, depending on how things shake out in the day. And then the next day, and the sheriff comes knocking on my door, I will be ready. You know, as it pertains to it's not going to catch me off guard like he did on Saturday. I will have been able to have at least come to terms with what it is and staying in this house, at least make a move or two to work in this direction, at least take all the pictures necessary to know what's in the house, say all the prayers necessary to be ready for what's next, all these different things. I got time to at least embrace what's next as the unknown, because that's exactly what it is. But I'm rambling because I'm really in a daze, to be honest. I'm really I don't know what the word would be. I don't think there is a word for this. Speechless is the word for this. I don't think I was really thinking I was going to get more time. I was hoping I deserved more time, but I actually thought it was a solid chance this would happen. So I can't say I'm caught overly off guard by this. I just know that I didn't prepare myself for this. And that's just the flaw of the man. But, you know, with my boy T not being able to have a vehicle right now, we're really at a disadvantage as it pertains to me transporting everything. He was like the one person I was really relying upon to be able to get around, because other guys I haven't talked to. Like I said in a previous video, one of my closest buddies, Bilski, he just had a baby, so he ain't in a position. So, and a lot of these folks I'm just so anxious to even communicate with, to let them know what's going on. So it's like I'm almost more willing to let go of stuff than to actually have to tell them what's all going on. So that's something I'm hoping the Lord can help me out with in communication and just the overall anxiety of my life. You know, I can't tell you how much anxiety I'm feeling right now. It's ridiculous. It's on the 30. And it's not necessarily just because of what it is I'm dealing with in stress. It's just because that's how I always am. It's always some type of anxiety unless I'm able to comfortably put myself in a position to not have to worry about it. And that's never the case. Never. So, that's really what it is, man. I like to think that by the time the Lakers season comes around, I'll be settled somewhere and not hopping from hotel to hotel, which is something I've never been through, but I know is very difficult for people. So I will definitely know how it goes if it happens to me now. But this is an opportunity for me to apply my faith in ways that maybe I was afraid to in the past. That's what it is. It's a nightmare, but I know God, and so because I know God, I'm just gonna walk forward into this nightmare with looking for opportunities at blessings wherever they may be found. So I'm going to look to do good wherever I go. I look to be more unselfish wherever I go, hopefully not offend in any way. And I'm going to miss my space, but I'm not going to embrace it as if I was supposed to have it any longer than I do. And that's another thing that I can comfort myself with, and hopefully you. Like we said this morning, life is already written. So whatever it is that's about to happen is already in the books. At this point, whatever I'm going to go through is something that I probably will be happy that it's going to get past. I'll be happy I got through it. And I'm going to get through it because I'm intentional on that with my faith in Jesus' name. So, as I stand before you today, rambling about, I just want y'all to know that everything's written, regardless how I feel about it, regardless of what I have to let go of or hold on to, regardless of how long I spent in this house, enjoying this place like I was never going to leave. At the end of the day, he wrote exact dates in that book. From the day that I got here to the 31st when I'm going to be out. He wrote it down. He knew exactly how long I was going to be here. And I honor him with that miracle. As I look around this house, I honor him with that miracle. I want to spend a couple seconds on this camera letting God know how much I appreciate what I have here. What I've had here, what I still got right now. I love my God for what he's done for me. The miracles he's done for me, the difficulties of what I've overcome. The difficulties of what my friends have overcome, and I've seen them do it. And I see where their lives are. I saw some of my friends pull themselves out of holes like this, and I see they're in good spaces right now, so I know it can be done. I know how hard people work. I don't know that I have it in me to work that hard, but I can work my way. So that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Don't give up. I'm telling me not to give up. Don't you give up, man. See this life through. We got kids to have. We got kids to raise. We got a family to have. You got to overcome this dark era so you can be strong enough to lead that family into the future. And if you don't ever go through this, you're going to stay as weak as you are right now. I promise you. Let the Lord work. He's going to path out your path. Anything in this house you need to let go of, drop that crap. Don't care nothing about it. I promise you, it's not going to matter. Praise God. That is prophecy upon my own life spoken directly into me for you to hear. This is exactly how he always does it. This just comes to me. And a lot of times it's me rambling just like this, but then it's that playing out that way. That's why I said in a couple of videos ago, I was telling y'all, God talks to me. He lets me know things even if I don't trust him. That's exactly what I was talking about. You just saw it. Really, it's just another version of myself communicating to myself that I can do something. But what it feels like to me is something taking over my body, communicating to me what it is I most need to hear by way of my very own voice. Strange, self-comforting, but it's the Holy Spirit, man. And so I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing in this house I need. Even the stuff I want is gone, and I'm fine with it because I know that whatever the Lord is planning right now, he is confirming to me that is more than okay that I part ways with some of this, with the stuff that I can't bring with me. It's more than okay that I know he's got more things for my backside than what it is I'm sitting on right now. Praise God. And for you, stranger, no different. Friend, no different. No different, man. God has got us all. That message ain't for me only. It's for us. It's for us. He inspires me to speak for us in regards to a hope and a possibility of things getting better, even when we don't have nothing planned, even when we can't bring ourselves to do the steps like me. Maybe I can't bring myself to keep the things that I otherwise could keep if I just did things simple, but it's not about me trying to be anything other than what the Lord made me to be. That's really what it comes down to. If the me I am can't keep the stuff I have, then the stuff I have ain't the stuff that I have. If the me I had can't keep the apartment I had, then the apartment I had ain't the apartment I'm keeping. It's not mine. It's the Lord's. He gave it to me in a miracle. He's moving me out of here like a thief in the night. This is not coincidence. And when I think about all the prayers that I've prayed in this place, that's how I know my path is anointed. Because I've prayed so many prayers in this bathroom, in this shower in front of me. So many prayers in this area right here. So many prayers in all of these, every nook and cranny of this apartment has been prayed on. And so that's what I want the Lord to now honor my hard times And my regret, I guess, for my disrespect over the years in whatever way I did. Honor my regret, I guess, and I don't know how to word that, but just provide me the belief that I can do this, whatever it is, letting it go, getting it back, living without it forever, whatever. I want to be strong enough to do it, and the Lord is going to make me strong enough to do it. And that wisdom I receive it. So that's what it is, man. Another preachy BDF video, man. Trying to cope with the difficulties of my deadline. Understanding that time is ticking even now. I'm not used to this, you know what I mean? I'm used to being able to control my own time and not have deadlines and not have to just rush my mind to go do this and this. And I'm just not going to. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. My anxiety, I'm not going to overcome it by adhering to this in a way that normal people do, because I'm not normal. I'm just not, bro. So I'm accepting of my sickness. While I'm not accepting of the consequences of my sickness because it's difficult to live with, I'm accepting of my sickness. I'm accepting of the fact that if I could just bring myself to initiate within myself what is necessary, things would be in place that I need. I'm not mad at me no more. I forgive you, Brandon, for ruining your life. I forgive you. Because at the end of the day, it ain't ruined. It just looks that way. And that's the point. You keep the faith. When it looks that way, you let the Lord fold that calendar another day, and you see what he has next. You see what he's doing next. Because I promise you, and I'm getting this in my soul just as quick, just as strong. The enemy always wants you to think that you're years away from something that's right around the corner. He's always going to want you to quit the day before something great's on the way. He going to make it look so bad that you don't want to move forward in a direction that even could bring you any good, because you think there's nothing left. But I promise you, as sure as my name is BDF, that's a falsehood. You can most definitely see better days ahead. You most definitely are strong enough to get through this moment. You are most definitely someone worthy of good things. You're most definitely capable of becoming worthy if you happen to find out you're not. My boy just told me he's gonna drive the U-Haul tomorrow. Just get things ready. See what I'm saying? That right there took a load off my shoulders. You know, that's what I was telling y'all, man. And I forgot to tell y'all how good Bronzy had been to me. Salute to Mrs. Bronzy. I forgot her husband's last name, but I respect that I was able to speak with him once. And he gave me his blessing, and he told me I could call him as well. So I know I got friends there, even though I ain't did the best by Lester, my brother, and that karma's been kicking my butt ever since I didn't. But I'm at peace with that, because the decision was made the same way. You know, I don't want to beat myself up for my anxieties and my fears, man. No, I want to overcome them organically and continue to let Lord in, because the Lord is the answer to that. Not my own beating myself up, not my own rehashing of the negativity, but saying, God, I want to be better through you. So what it was that I was too afraid to do, or what it was I wasn't willing to do, or what it was you wanted me to do that I just didn't get done right. Maybe you don't want me to, maybe you don't put that in my path to do it again, but if you do, I'm asking that you make me strong enough to do it the right way this time. And maybe we don't get no second chances. Maybe this did. But I still want you to know that I'm willing. I'm willing to get it right now. And I'm willing to believe in you through the difficulties. The enemy didn't beat me. He didn't beat you through me. God. Just because these difficulties are in my place, just because I can't seem to bring myself to do everything that I need to do, that does not mean that I stop believing in you or myself or the goodness in the hearts of others or family who's already proven themselves. But that's what I want to say. Brunzy has helped me get this place, man. I got to give her flowers. I know she hasn't responded to me lately. I think she thought I was gaslighting her with that thing, and she ain't talked back to me. I deserve that. But, she doesn't know what's going on. She don't know. Trying to tell her I left VMs, but I never actually typed it out. That what's going on. So, it just is what it is. When you leave your friends thinking that you don't care about them when you need them, they may not care about you, and I'm guilty of that. But I tell y'all, I could not have gotten any of the stuff that ultimately got me out of the circumstance I was in last time I was homeless without her putting in all the dang work, all of it, to find this place. She found it all, man. She found it. She found it. I didn't find this place. She did. So when I say I couldn't have gotten through things without my friends, you gotta know that this is the truth, man. They did for me in ways I couldn't do for myself, just like my mom did for me in ways I couldn't do for myself. I always had somebody who loved me there to help me, and that love is just as important to acknowledge as the blessings of being saved from circumstances such as these. That you have friends and family that will love you enough to do for you when you can't do for yourself. Honorable human beings that are only as good as, I only want to aspire to be as good as them. When I talk about I have a relationship with God and all this and that, if my relationship with God can get better, I hope it will reflect in the way that they behave. You know, I hope I will reflect that for which they've shown me, is what I'm saying. As close as I want to get to God, them people are closer to God because their impact on my life is proven. So that's why I want to say, man, a lot of my friends don't share my faith, but they share the ability to funnel blessings to others by way of the love that they have in their heart. And that, my friends, is good. That is goodness. And so that's what I want to thank all my friends, all of you, everybody who's ever helped me, everybody who's ever sent me a good word, especially now. When I'm in my darkest hour, I want to show appreciation, because that is the energy that defeats the enemy. That's the energy that gives you the confidence to pull yourself out of uncharted territory or accept whatever fate you must with a chin held high and chest out. That is what you're going to find your confidence, is in knowing for a fact that there's so much appreciation to be had in the dark times, that there's love there, or a break there, or just something that worked out fortuitously, or whatever. Any type of funneled blessing from the Lord is to be appreciated and honored. And so that's why I want to let people know how much I appreciate all of my friends, Bronze One especially for helping me find this place, for finding this place for me, as I was continue to struggle with my mind, as I always do. And so that's why I want to let all of you know, man, I am in a wonderful mindset for the circumstances, because I refuse to let God go. And maybe it's if nothing else, because it ain't got bad enough yet. Maybe if I find myself homesick and realizing all of this has been snatched from me and I can't get it back no time soon, and I gotta live in uncomfortable situations, maybe I'm singing a different tune. But I'm telling you, I want the Lord to help me so that I'm asking him directly to provide not only myself, but everyone who is going through something similar or going through what I'm going through, what it is I'm asking for, which is the ability to go into new change, the open heart, an open mind, and a better way of approaching our faith, so that when I have to part ways from the next place, it'll be under more blessed and warm, controlled circumstances that don't have me having to say I'm sorry for stepping away, that don't have me saying I didn't go to work so therefore I couldn't pay, that didn't have me saying I didn't promote myself well enough so you don't know who I am, therefore I don't have the money to take care of myself and my family. I want to be able to go to my next spot and then be able to apply myself in ways that at least give me an opportunity to be the person that I ultimately believe myself to be. And so that's what it's about. I believe myself to be that human. I ain't where I need to be. Maybe I need your help to get me there. I don't know. But I can tell you that I'm so very thankful for the friends that I have in my life. I'm so very thankful that the Lord has given me the notion that help is not only something that I have to get from others, but that I have to give as well. And then I hope that through these prayers and through these videos that I've been leaving here leading up to this moment in these circumstances, and whatever I'm gonna make after this as I continue to cope, that you guys know that I continue to harbor love and hope. Not only that he'll save me from all this scary stuff, but that he will also bring you all that you need to help you overcome what you got to overcome in the circumstances you're in, regardless of how guilty or innocent you may be, that you will have the comfort and the resources and ultimately the support and village necessary to keep you upright.